Now we get to the really, really hard part. What do I offer? Who do I offer it to? How much do I charge? So I think pricing we probably get to a little bit later, but just figuring out what do I offer and who do I target, because the term niche is more important now as recording this in 2025 than ever before. So walk us through it.
Yeah. So for me, I mean, figuring out what I wanted to do, it felt easy to me. And it should feel easy to everyone else. I would say, do what you know how to do, right? Like hey, I know how to do video editing. I know how to do video production, okay. I know how to do personal and small business tax returns. And so it's like, I know how to do that. Then the next question is there a market for that, right? I mean, you can know how to do a ton of things and there'd be no market for it. You might also be surprised that there might be a market for something that you think is kind of completely off the wall. Test it, right? It's like I didn't really have to test the market because I knew that there's a market for tax prep. And so that's the other thing too. A lot of people will tell you, like, oh, you've got to be in ultra high net worth clients. You've got to be doing tax strategies for 5 figures. The AI is taking over compliance work, and TurboTax has, people are able to do their returns. And it's like, that's not true. I mean, I can tell you it's not true because there are people with what we would consider very basic returns coming in because it's not basic to them. They are stressed out. They don't know what they're doing. They're not sure if it's right or not. And they want a person. They don't want turbo. Yes, there's always going to be DIY. I don't care what it is. There's going to be a DIY market. But no matter how easy you make DIY or how much assurances and guarantees you give, there's always going to be a market that just doesn't want DIY. I know exactly how to mow my grass, but I don't want to do it. Like it's, and if there's some AI version that's going to come mow my grass, I mean, maybe I'll do that. But if I want to ask it questions about like, hey, why is my grass dying over here? Again, it can give me an answer, but there's always going to be people who are going to trust a human more. That I don't think that's going away, at least not anytime soon, maybe 300 years from now. But so that piece of it, right? I knew I was going to do tax prep, tax compliance. It's the wide open front door. Even if you want to do strategy and advising and higher level, more value, higher fee work, there are people walking through who's going to file my tax return because it comes up every single year. They are currently voting, if they hadn't already voted right now, this morning, on a new tax bill that is going to completely continue to increase the complexity. And there are people who want to talk to someone to feel better, to be able to sleep at night. And so it's just a no-brainer, in my opinion, to have that be the front door. Especially if you're kind of just starting out and that's what you know. The other piece, it's like, okay, my wife's amazing. I mean, she helped me. She's a graphic designer. She had lots of experience with website development, marketing strategies, something called human-centered design. And so we interviewed a couple of ideal clients. Like, these are the people that I think I'm going to help. Let's interview them. What are your pain points? What would you be willing to pay? What are the things that would make you feel less stress and more peace as it revolves around your taxes? And so we took that and basically it was like, okay, is that lining up with what I want to serve? How can I tweak what I want to do? And, let's put together kind of the customer journey. What are they going to actually go through? And that helped me lay out kind of like my processes, helped me get my website and everything like that up. And so, yeah, throwing that up there, the story brand framework. I mean, that piece too with Donald Miller, that was something my wife turned me on to as well. So, as you can see, you've got basically a character. That's your customer, right? Your customer is the character. They're the hero of the story. Most of us think we're the hero of the story, right? I'm going to come in and save the day and file your taxes. You're not the hero of someone else. I'm not the hero of your story, Will. You are, because you care a lot less about me than you care about yourself, right? And so they're the hero. They're the character. They have a problem. If they didn't have a problem, they wouldn't be looking for a solution, right? So I always start my new client appointments with, what triggered you to reach out to me, right? You were doing something. You were doing TurboTax, or you had another CPA, or you had someone else helping you. Something triggered you. What was that? A lot of times it's poor customer service from the previous person, or it's a life change. I got married. I bought a house. I did so-and-so, and my tax situation changed, and I don't feel comfortable doing it myself on TurboTax anymore. Okay. They meet a guide. hey, that's where we come in, right? We're a guide to help them solve that problem. And you want to tell them like, hey, I've helped other people solve this problem. I can do this for you. I'm confident I can do this for you. And I actually care about your problem. Like, I understand it. Maybe I've gone through it myself. In some situations, you could even like this, right? Like if I'm helping other tax firm owners, I've gone through this problem. I've felt those fears. I've done that and I've overcome it, and I can kind of show you the path, right? And so they meet a guide who gives them a plan. So my plan for tax purposes, for my tax services is, fill out our new client survey, meet with us and pick a plan, pick a service level, and then experience peace of mind around your taxes. Like, this is 3-step plan. Now there's a lot more that goes into it, right? But the client doesn't want to hear the 25 steps that you're going to take to prepare their tax return. They want to know what they need to do next, right? And so you give them a very simple plan, and then you call them to action. One call to action. So my website has one call to action. There's not a contact us and a meet with us and a fill out a survey and go here for more information. There's one button that says, start here. And they fill out. So, I've given them the plan, and then I say, start here, right there. Right. So there's your how it works. Fill out the survey, receive a custom solution, enjoy peace of mind. Right above that is, here's proof that I can help you. I've helped other people just like you. So that's in that story brand framework too. And then multiple places on the website, it says start now, but they all go to one spot. There's one call to action. And then I don't really have this piece on my website, but the other part of StoryBrand is you kind of lay out to them the 2 paths, right? You either go with us and it results in success. You experience peace of mind and you're no longer stressed about your taxes, or you don't go with us and you're stuck with that guy who never replies to your emails and you're still stressed out and you don't know what's going on with your taxes. So there's consequences to the decision, and that helps people say like, hey, I can't put this off for 6 more months. I need to go ahead and make a decision because there's actually successful and unsuccessful consequences to me making this decision.
When you lay it out like that, you make it sound so easy. Oh, just lay out the customer journey. But no, like, customer journey takes a long time that needs fining and refining and defining over and over again. But you kind of hit the nail on the head earlier with the interviewing people. It's just 2 words: market research. You just gotta let your clients, let your audience tell you what to do, or let them answer the questions you have about your process. So you make it look so
one thing,
easy.
with that, one thing that we do, we talk about things our clients don't even care about, right? So one thing I would say is simplify, right? So, WootenCPA.com, check out I've got very little text on my website. And it's just, what's their pain point and can you solve it? And how do they move forward? I mean, that's literally it. But you look at most accounting websites and it's just thousands of words of text that the person cares nothing about. Like, you care about it and you think they might care about it, but they really don't. And so just simplify it down to, I know your problem, because you're not telling them what their problem is. They're telling you what it is.
They're coming here with
I
the problem in
understand your
mind.
problem and I can fix it. Here's how we can move forward.
Yep, exactly. But a lot of that is just a lot of guess and check, define that process. It takes time. Don't be afraid to pivot. And once you got it, stick to it. Like one thing in my business world that I had a failed business with a few friends a few years ago. And one thing we weren't good at was keeping with success, right? We found something that worked and we didn't stick with it, which is why I'm solo now. But and then pivot when necessary, keep expenses low and revenue high, all that fun stuff. But
that's the greatest part of being your own business. You can shift directions anytime you want, as quickly as you want.